Yo, what is up guys? We are back on the Pokemon Online Team Builder for episode 3 of my Team Building with Emvee series, and the team that I will be showcasing today is built around a Pokemon that was actually requested in one of my past episodes, and this Pokemon is none other than your boy SD Cacturne. Now why Cacturne of all Pokemon? Well, a couple of the traits this Pokemon has that makes it usable in OU is firstly that it gets access to Water Absorb, and this allows for Cacturne to completely wall Pokemon such as Suicune for example, and Slowbro, provided Slowbro only has Water and Psychic coverage, which you do see a lot on Combine Slowbros, and Slowbros that have like Scald, Psyshock, T-Wave, and Slack Off for example. So it also checks Pokemon such as Azumarill and Keldeo. Now it does check Azumarill because, you know, Azumarill's only form of priority is Aqua Jet, and Cacturne of course eats that up with the Water Absorb and is able to retaliate back with Seed Bomb because you are faster of course than Azu. And of course it checks Keldeo as well as a bunch of other Pokemon because you do have a Focus Sash attached to this Cacturne, so you're able to, you know, eat up a Secret Sword from Keldeo, hit him up with a Seed Bomb, as well as, you know, maybe Diancie wants to go for Moonblast on you, eat that up from full, hold on to your Focus Sash, kill that with Seed Bomb. So it's a really good Pokemon to sort of check a lot of Pokemon in the tier. Furthermore, it also gets access to Swords Dance and Sucker Punch, and with a base 115 attack, Stab Sucker Punch is going to be able to clean Oko stuff like, you know, Tornado Starion for example at +2, even without the Life Orb. I mean, everything hits neutrally that's offensive. I mean, this Cacturne's going to blow apart after an SD with Sucker Punch, so that's going to be really cool. Let's look into it a little deeper here. So I have Adamant Nature Focus Sash here, of course. Like I explained, Focus Sash is able to allow you to, you know, live any attack, kill something back, so it's able to check Pokemon. Very poor defenses, so that Focus Sash is necessary. Adamant Nature max attack. Look at that attack stat here, 361. Like, that really makes this Pokemon so good with that priority Sucker Punch here. Seed Bomb, of course, nice stab move, which is going to be able to hit water types that we need to hit. Ground types also. Drain Punch is our third coverage move here to hit stuff like Bisharp that resists the Grass and Dark Stab, and hits T-Tar for more damage. I guess Chansey to suck up some health. It's just a good coverage move overall as a third slot. And SD, of course, which is necessary for Cacturne. That is holding a Focus Sash here. Focus Sash will be able to help us set up an SD if we do need to, which of course many times we will need that Focus Sash to set up an SD to guarantee us the SD. So that's going to be that. Our first Pokemon here, Cacturne. Bad defenses, good attack. It's just an all-around decent Pokemon overall. You don't see it at all in OU, but today I'm going to be showing you, or tomorrow when the live comes out, I'm going to be showing you how Cacturne works in OU. So you'll see it for your own eyes, it work in the OU tier. So that's our first Pokemon here. Now, I wanted to pair this Cacturne with a good Stealth Rocker, and because Cacturne is a very offensive Pokemon, we needed to pair it with a more, I guess, offensive Stealth Rocker. Not in the sense that the Stealth Rocker itself should be offensive, but a Stealth Rocker that works on a lot of offensive teams. So I did go with a Garchomp here. Now Rocky Helmet Garchomp is very useful paired with Cacturne. Firstly because Cacturne does have quite a number of enemies. Okay, Cacturne actually does have quite a number of threats it has to face in the OU tier. One threat, for example, is Talonflame. Cacturne can do diddly squat to Talonflame pretty much. So Garchomp here, gonna be able to switch in on Brave Birds, Flare Blitz, U-turns, you name it, and punish those Pokemon with the Rocky Helmet and the Rough Skin. Now, Cacturne also hates Pokemon that have Fake Out, okay? Fake Out like Mega Lopunny, for example, Mega Medicham, anything that wants to try to break that Focus Sash and not let Cacturne do something in return, Garchomp is there for that because, you know, switch into a Fake Out, you get punished immediately from that Rocky Helmet and Rough Skin. So that's going to be really good. Pair with the Cacturne there, punish the physical attackers that want to go for the Cacturne, okay? So that's going to be really something that works well together. Now, let's look into it here. So Garchomp, of course, is going to be able to deal with Mega Medicham, Mega Lopunny, Talonflame, also Bisharps, physical attackers in general. So that's really what this Pokemon is for. Impish Nature, Rocky Helmet, Rough Skin. Now, I do have some Spadef EVs on this Pokemon here, and this is to ensure that you can live, or you can eat up an HP Ice from Raikou and Mega Manectric, and retaliate back with an Earthquake. I have Dragon Tail here, which is useful with Stealth Rocks. I mean, you do see this very often on Rocky Helmet Garchomps, that, you know, Dragon Tail for phasing. Now, I do have an interesting move on Rocky Helmet Chomp, which is Swords Dance. Why do I have Swords Dance? Because Swords Dance will allow you to actually set up over Hippowdon, which, you know, even if they have Whirlwind, your Dragon Tail goes first because you're faster than Hippowdon, so your form of negative priority move will go before Hippowdon's move, so of Whirlwind. So SD and Dragon Tail will prevent you from getting phased out. SD will also help you versus Magikarp Clefable, because Clefable is generally a switch into Garchomp. You can eat up a Moonblast and SD, and then do a good amount of damage to Clefable with Earthquake, so that, you know, your next Pokemon that comes in will be able to kill Clefable. That's another reason why you should run SD on Rocky Helmet Chomp, or one of the reasons why I'm running it. Also versus Lando T, because Lando T, of course, will intimidate you, making your Earthquake and Dragon Tail do less. You can SD on that, phase that out even more with Dragon Tail, doing more damage. So really good, really interesting move on, you know, Rocky Helmet Chomp. Very, I guess sort of uncommon, because you usually see Stealth Rock, Earthquake, Dragon Tail, and Fire Blast, but Swords Dance is a really good option there. You could always run Fire Blast if you want, but I like SD personally. But anyway, that's going to be Garchomp, which is our second Pokemon. Now, Cacturne does have a Focus Sash here. We do have Rocks, which is nice, because pretty much most, I'm not going to say every team needs Stealth Rocks, but most or many teams need Stealth Rocks, because they're very useful overall versus any team in general. To have hazards is very useful. Now, Cacturne here is not going to want that Focus Sash broken, and the things that are going to break that Focus Sash, of course, are hazards. So we needed a Pokemon to get rid of hazards, either a Rapid Spinner or a Defogger. These two Pokemon, they're both weak to Ice. They're both mainly weak to Fairy here. Fairy types that are going to be very problematic. So I added a Defog Spadef Skarmory. Why Skarmory? Why Spadef Skarmory? Okay, so Spadef Skarmory is a good counter to many Fairy type Pokemon in the tier, such as Mega Diancie. I mean, it does eat up HP Fires for Mega Diancie, kills it with the Iron Head. It does beat Mega Gardevoir too, helps you check that. Clefable, Sylveon. It's just a really good wall overall. Spadef will also be able to eat up moves from Lati, because Spadef Skarmory can eat up a Draco Meteor, eat up Psyshock and stuff like that. Tornadus Therian eats up Hurricanes from that too, so it's a really good Pokemon to check a lot of, or not check, but like switch into a lot of Pokemon in the tier. And of course, it does pack the Defog, which of course will get rid of the hazards so that our Cacturne can keep its Focus Sash. And as you can see here, I'm running Iron Head. Very essential versus the Fairy types in the tier. Defog, which of course gets rid of the hazards. Roost to preserve our Skarmory for the longevity of the game. And this last slot here is Counter. Now, you can run Taunt, you could run Whirlwind. I opted to run Counter because I do have already a phasing move on my team, which is Dragon Tail on Garchomp. I'm running Counter because we can punish physical attackers that try to attack us, like, Bisharp, for example, a knockoff, and then we can just counter that. Boom, gone. Weavile. Weavile's Icicle Crash is going to do like 40-some to 50-some%. Punish that with Counter. Set up sweepers that are physical attackers that try to beat us. We can heal up to Sturdy as they set up. Sturdy level, which is 100% HP, and counter them and kill them. So I really like Counter because it's very I don't want to say uncommon on Skarmory, but it's not as commonly seen as other fillers like Whirlwind and Taunt, I guess. So Counter is a very cool move that will take opponents by surprise. So I'm excited to use that for the live, which is going to be coming up tomorrow. So that's going to be Skarmory here, fulfilling the role of hazard control and providing as a pretty nice wall, I guess, to this offensively built team. I mean, even offensive teams can sort of have that one switch in. You know what I mean? Like that one switch. Like, I don't know if you guys remember back in maybe it was X and Y or Black and White. There was this one like wave of generation of teams where there was like 5 offensive Pokemon in like one wall. I'm pretty sure there's still some of those today, but like, that's kind of how it is sort of with this team. We got those 5 offensive Pokemon, that one wall. I mean, Talonflame, of course, also is sort of a wall, but I'll get to that soon. Anyways, those are our 3 Pokemon so far. Now, we have Rocks, we have Hazard Control, we have Cacturne. The rest of the 3 Pokemon is just pretty much, making the team work synergy-wise, making sure we can beat the rest of our team's weaknesses and threats. So I have Mega Gardevoir here. Mega Gardevoir will be able to beat stuff that are threatening to our team, such as Mega Sableye. It also just beats playstyles in general. Balance and Stall will fall to Mega Gardevoir because Mega Gardevoir has enough power to beat those kinds of teams, especially since I am going to be running Calm Mind on this set. Very useful for that. Gardevoir is also a nice little dragon check there along with Skarmory. We got that nice, dragon steel fairy core, if you want to call it that. Mega Gardevoir here will also be able to help us check Keldeo, I guess, too, as well. Even though Cacturne can check it, like after the Sasher's gone, it can't do anything anymore to Keldeo. So Gardevoir there's going to be able to, I guess, eat up a Hydro Pump and stuff and knock it out with Hyper Voice. And I mean, it's a very solid Pokemon overall, so I just wanted to add it. Plus it's a Mega, and I did need a Mega for this team, so I added a Gardevoir here. Gardevoir here will also, so we have Psyshock for nice coverage alongside Hyper Voice. Focus Blast to hit stuff like Steel types like Heatran, Scizor, Bisharp, T-Tar up on the switch in. Calm Mind in order to boost our special attack and break stall, as well as balance. And I want this to be a female. Female Gardevoir. No offense to male Gardevoirs out there. But anyways, Trace, very useful ability because if you switch in on a Pokemon like Manectric, for example, you can Trace Lightning Rod, get the special attack boost from that, or maybe Heatran get a Flash Fire boost, which doesn't matter, but it'll at least allow you to not take damage upon switch in. Good ability is Trace because you can bounce back Will-O-Wisp from Mega Sableye by tracing the Magic Bounce, I guess. It's a really cool ability, very useful in certain situations. Very situational ability. You can trace Swift Swim too and actually outspeed, I guess, Kingdra in the rain, depending on how many EVs it has and stuff, but I don't think they're faster than 284 because Rain Kingdras run modest, I think. Yeah, but anyways, Mega Gardevoir here, cool Pokemon overall, very fun, nice Psychic Fairy, just a powerful Pokemon that deals with a lot of sort of threats in this game. So anyways, those are our 4 Pokemon right now. I added a Spadef Talonflame. Now, I added Spadef Talonflame. This is actually a bulk up Talonflame. This Pokemon is there in order to beat stuff like Charizard Y, Altaria, Clefable. It also checks Gengar. It also checks Gardevoir, Tornadus Therian. So bulky. Like it even eats up a Thunderbolt from Mega Manectric at full. And Will-O-Wisp, and then you roost up, and you could even stall out Mega Manectric with this Talonflame. It's crazy. Very cool Pokemon though. I do not have an item on this Talonflame. That is not a mistake because I am running Acrobatics on this Talonflame. Acrobatics because we don't have to take the Brave Bird recoil. Acrobatics will have a nice little power boost from that 55 to I think what, like 110, 110 doubles. Yeah, so it's 110 power without the item, and that's only 10 less than Brave Bird without recoil. So that's really good. Bulk up here will allow you to set up on different types of Pokemon. Will-O-Wisp will burn them. So let's say, for example, Hippowdon not running Whirlwind, it's running Stone Edge, Earthquake. You bulk up once, you Will-O-Wisp, that Stone Edge is going to be doing like 50-something% or 60-something%, and you can roost stall that. You can roost stall that Hippowdon all the way down. Only thing that Hippowdon can do is Whirlwind if it does have it, but if you burn that anyways, then it's on a timer. So this Talonflame is very good versus a lot of I guess offensive teams it works really well against. Stall sort of it works against really decently by burning stuff and setting up bulk ups over Pokemon. And once you get up a couple bulk ups, this Pokemon is very tough to stop, and it's a really good Pokemon. A lot of teams are not prepared for this Pokemon. They are prepared for more offensive Talonflames, I guess, and more, I guess, the type of Talonflame that does not have bulk up, that is like Will-O-Wisp, Roost, Acrobatics, maybe Taunt or something, Brave Bird, something like that. But they're not really prepared for bulk up Talonflame. Very cool Pokemon to have once you get rid of that Rocky Helmet Chomp. I mean, you can even burn that Chomp with Will-O-Wisp there too. So I really love bulk up Talonflame a lot. It's a very underrated Pokemon in the meta. Not Talonflame in general, but bulk up Talonflame. But anyways, those are our 5 Pokemon so far. And finally, our team, we're kind of weak to, I guess, Manaphy. I mean, Cacturne can't just check every water type in the game. Manaphy is also a threat. What else is a threat? Like water types like Manaphy, Gyarados, Feraligatr is a big threat to our team. I added a Raikou just to check those kinds of Pokemon. Raikou is just a good filler. It's an Assault Vest Raikou. Just it's a nice flying check, a nice water check. Has momentum with Volt Switch, and it really seals up a lot of weaknesses that the team has, I guess, overall. And Assault Vest Raikou is Assault Vest Raikou. It does pretty much what it does. That wasn't specific enough. Alright, anyways, I'll have like something in the annotations about what Pokemon it specifically deals with. I know, like off the top of my head, Manaphy, Zardwy, Keldeo. I mean, there's a lot of other Pokemon too. But anyways, Raikou here. It's got these coverage moves here. HP. It's kind of like a mini Mega Manectric because it's got the Thunderbolt Volt Switch Core combination, HP Ice to deal with Lando T, Garchomp and stuff. Shadow Ball to also help us check Gengar. also does more damage than HP Ice versus Lati. So, you know, this Pokemon there, it's pretty self-explanatory what it does, but I really think it fits really well on this team together. But that's gonna be the team for this episode here. Now, in terms of different playstyles we might face versus this team, for this team, like offense, you know, Cacturne can beat offense pretty nicely, I guess. So does Talonflame. Talonflame beats offense. Gardevoir beats balance teams easily, and I guess Garchomp with SD beats balance. Stall, we can easily beat Stall with Gardevoir, as well as I guess sort of Talonflame to an extent. So in terms of playstyles that we might face, you know, this team is pretty decent, pretty nice versus a variety of different playstyles. And let's say versus sand, weather teams, you know, we got Garchomp, and I guess Gardevoir can also do a lot of damage to no, not Gardevoir, Garchomp, main sand Pokemon. Versus rain, I mean, we have Raikou, Cacturne sort of, Gardevoir to Trace Swift Swim. We don't really see sun teams or hail teams too often, but anyways, I mean, this team is pretty nice. I did test it out a bunch of times, and it's been doing really well. So I'm hoping that for when I record this live, that's going to be going up in actually about 24 to 27 hours from when this video goes up. So make sure you check that out. I've got the team importable in the description below. So if you want to try this team out before the live comes out, so like if you want to, you know, give your input of the team or try it out for yourself before I post it, the live, then by all means go ahead and do that. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned for the live that's going to be coming up soon in tomorrow. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace, guys.